Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am on here on the Google Hangout to present to you today some Ophea resources. I'm going to be doing some presentations over the next couple of days on different resources we can use for physical education um, at home. Teachers might find useful. Today is a resource that's used quite extensively by teachers, and that is Ophea. Now, there's not a lot of people on here right now. Uh, so I'm just recording the session for people to use later. The memo for these sessions went out a little bit late, so I thought I could still record a session and then maybe people use it later. So Ophea is a wonderful resource for teachers that stands for the Ontario Physical Health Education Association, and they put out a number of resources. So I'm going to just show you some of the things that they have, and some things that they just recently put out to be helpful to teachers, parents, and students, um, so that they can actually participate in physical activity at home. So I'm going to present just a couple of the web pages just to walk you through, and I'll be talking you through it. And if you have any questions, you can contact me in a couple of ways. I'm going to be putting up a couple of things just in the chat box. First of all, my email address is mark.hooper at ocdsb.ca. I'm actually putting out quite a few activities on Twitter every day. I've been doing that since last week, and I'm trying to put something out daily. So feel free to take a look at it. So it's at Hoop BizLit. That's on Twitter. So feel free to take a look at that on a daily basis as well. So if you take a look, if you're not familiar with the Ophea resources, I would encourage you to take a look at this website to begin with. Okay, I'm going to share that with you right now, and so you can all take a look at it. And I'm just going to basically show you my entire screen. All right, so hopefully I'm sharing right now. You can see me, see what I'm going to have on here. And so what I've got here is, basically this is your basic website for Ophea. Teachers can visit that. And if you notice here, there's a number of different things you can take a look at. There's lesson plans, there's supplements, and there's activities. I'm going to go through some of them just quickly just to give you an idea. Now, if you have not used Ophea before, it is a great website for teachers. But I get a lot of questions. It used to be that there was a board password that you had to use as a sign-in. That's no longer the case. The last couple of years, that went away a couple of years ago. And what you now have to do is register for an account, and you can register up here. I've already got an account, so I can just log in. If you don't have an account, it'll ask you to register. So basically, you can sign up for Ophea up here, or log in with an Ophea account. I have an account, so I'll just log in quickly. I'm not a robot, so I'll just click that, and I will log in. Okay, so make sure you do register an account. When you're registering your account, basically please use your board email address, and when you go through the registration process, there will be a drop-down menu that shows our board, and click on our board, fill in all the information. Then you'll be registered to use all the activities. Our board is licensed to use all the activities on there. Some are free, some you have to pay a little bit extra for. So one thing to take a look at is the lesson plans. There are a number of lesson plans on there. You can take a look at there's health physical education elementary resources. There are secondary resources on there as well. If you want to take a look, for instance, at the elementary resources. So here they all are. And you can take a look at them by grade if you'd like. So if we look at the grade 2s, for instance, and it typically gives you an overview of everything in grade 2, all the living skills, social emotional skills that you have to be taking a look at. Then they take a look at some healthy living, so that's basically your health unit. Fitness building activities, different things you can do for fitness building, indoor, outdoor games. Now you'll have to go through those to see what might be appropriate for students to do at home. Some are more appropriate for to do in a group setting, depending on how many people they have home. And then there's some of them that you can probably do, like the students might be able to do alone at home. Like the introduction of fitness activities, some of the yoga activities, even some of the games like target games here, they might be able to do at home. So you have to go through and explore what you think might be most appropriate for your class. There's movement exploration activities, all sorts of different things. If I click on one of them, for instance, to jump and land, for instance. So basically, it gives it'll link you up to a unit overview, full unit on jumping and landing. And so there's basically a little bit of reading to this, but if you take a look at it, there's different things, different activities that can be done at home. That's obviously the unit overview. They'll have a full unit there with your actual lessons, what they'll learn, different things that they'll have to be doing. Okay? And then so to take off combinations of different things, a lesson on that. And it ties into games and everything as well. And so it goes into the between unit resources that you will need as well. It outlines them on there. So it gives you basically some things to record, students, things to look for, so on. Okay. So that's basically kind of the lessons that you can actually have on Ophea. So yeah, if we go back a little bit more, back again, something else Ophea actually has as well is it's got a lot of different supplements, okay, other resources that teachers can use. And you click on supplements here, they have featured supplements. There's a lot of different things that you can be doing on here. All about health physical education, always changing, asthma education, cannabis education, DPA every day. This is where I got this shirt that I'm wearing today. All sorts of different things. The one thing about a lot of these supplemental resources, most of them you have to pay a fee for. So what I'm going to show you is something that Ophea is being offering because of the current situation we're in that kind of bypasses that fee. I'll show you that in a moment. Something else I like to show teachers is, and you don't have to log into this. I'm going to be doing another webinar in about an hour from now, and that is the resource called PlaySport. Okay. PlaySport.net is basically, you don't even have to log into Ophea to use it. Go to PlaySport.net, and it's got a lot of different activities that you can actually go into, and it's sortable by division and by different types of activities that you're doing. Okay, I highly recommend this website for teachers. Please take a look at it, visit it, and enjoy it. It's a very good website. Lots of different activities. Again, you have to go through and see what activities are appropriate for students to do at home. Some are more conducive to small numbers. Some you need higher numbers, but you have to go through them. A lot of the target games, for instance, you can definitely do at home. Now, Ophea as well has got, if you're wondering about what some of these activities might look like, they also have a YouTube channel. And they've created a number of videos over the years. And if you go to their YouTube channel, you can actually see how some of these supplements and lessons can be used. I encourage you to go take a look, explore the resources that are there. There's all the resources are explained. Something that also is on there, I always recommend this, and that's the Hands Up by Ophea. And I think the video will start there when you put it on. But Hands Up by Ophea is something to take a look at if you're wondering what physical literacy actually is. It gives a good explanation of what it actually is. Now, I mentioned the supplements on the Ophea website are actually do actually cost money. A lot of them do. Anyway, something else that Ophea has actually done, they just sent this to me within the last 2 days, is what they've got is they have some resources to help parents, teachers, and students with health physical education at home. What they've done is they've gone through their resources, they've gone through their lessons, they've gone through their supplements, support documents, and they found what might be really more conducive for teachers to use with students at home, for parents to use with their children at home. And this site here, I'm going to put that up in the chat box right now, just so that everybody can have it. It's a pretty long link, so you can click on it and then favorite it. And what it has, if you take a look through, it's got basically a lot of the supplements I just showed you on the Ophea website. And instead of paying for them, they're giving you a sample of the different resources. So one of them is, it was kind of, I've been trying to find activities on a daily basis to post on Twitter, and I was struggling a bit because all my resources actually left at the board office. And I'm going, how do I get into the board office to show what some of these great resources are? And so Ophea has actually helped me out by sending out the sampling of resources that they have, so I don't have to go into the board office. One resource I recommend is the 1 a day for active play. So basically, it's the idea behind this is a box of activities that you can buy, but they're giving a sample of them all. And the idea is it's usually a simple activity. The idea is that they have one activity per day for the entire school year. That's what's in the box. So they give you a sample of some of those activities, and there are little cards that come out and that you can actually do. So here's some dance activities that you can actually take a look at, and you can work with your students at home to do this activity. Parents can do this with their kids. Teachers can present this to their students, and they can actually do it at home. So that's some of the dance activities. They have fitness ones, 1 a day for active play, some gymnastics activities. Okay. Another resource that they have is Brain Blitz. Okay, and this idea is Brain Blitz is kind of what it sounds like, is to get the brain working a little bit. There's a lot of meditation, relaxation type of yoga activities, again, some dance activities, some movement activities. Okay, so that's from Brain Blitz. All the links are there when you go to the link that I gave you in the chat box. They have great cross-curricular activities at Ophea as well. So this one, the activity counts resource. Okay, basically they have number sense enumeration, measurement activities, geometry and spatial sense activities, data management probability activities. The idea is I'll go to one of the data. I'm a big rock paper scissors person, so this is an example of one of the cards that would come up for rock paper scissors. And the idea is they do rock paper scissors games with each other. And in this case, instead of just doing it with your hand, they're doing the rock as a crouch. Paper is they stretch their arms and legs wide out, and scissors is they lunge forward with their legs. And so they play rock paper scissors that way. And it's basically cross-curricular with math because they can actually record the probability of coming up rock, paper, and scissors. Okay. So that's just one example. So they have a lot of cross-curricular with math, with numeracy. I showed you play sport. So here's some of the activities that they've actually recommended for play sport that you can actually do at home. And they have some financial literacy resources at Ophea, so they've given an idea what you can do with that. And then something that we have our human sexuality unit, and they have some great resources to as supplements to help teachers and families work through the human sexuality unit. So this is a site, basically it's a sampling of the supplemental activities. These usually cost money, so I encourage you to take a look at these and see what you might like. Download some of them if you'd like, because I don't think they'll be free forever. But if you do like them and you want to expand your resources, I encourage you to take a look at Ophea. And if you're looking for great resources to purchase, I always recommend the Ophea resources as resources to purchase. So that is my basic presentation of the Ophea website and the resources that you can get from the Ophea website. I do encourage you to take a look at it. I will be presenting other resources that teachers can use, but I wanted to present this one first. This is a resource that a lot of teachers go to first. It is a primary resource that our district provides a license for. And some teachers haven't used it much, but it will be a great benefit when you're working with your students in physical education at home. Anyways, if you do have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address, again, was in the chat box. It's mark.hooper@ocdsb.ca. And please take a look at my Twitter postings every day at hoopsizlet. And hopefully that'll give you some ideas as well. Hope everybody has a great afternoon and hope to stay safe, stay healthy. Hope to talk to you again soon on another subject.